Now let us move to the topic. Now, after dissolving Sandhi, what do you get in Sanskrit? Padas you get. So, from the padas, we have to identify a sentence, because unit of communication is a sentence. Whether it is a shloka or prose, gadya or padya, we are communicating. So, even if you are communicating in poetry, we have to identify that unit of sentence, minimum unit of communication. And for that, what method we adopted? We have to identify Kriya Pada. All the padas are now available after Sandhi. From all these padas, you have to choose Kriya Pada, the verbal form. Why? Because a sentence, if you remember, I think I might have given you earlier, ekating vakyam. So, what is the definition of a sentence? This is Katyayana's Vartika definition. Ekating vakyam. A sentence is an unit of expression which contains one verbal form, and this verbal form is a finite verbal form. So, again you go back. So, there is a world, and then you have to verbalize this thought. Expression. And unit is sentence. This is all happening. We know the world and we share the world. For sharing, we express this knowledge into a sentence. And so, how sentence is to be understood? What is a sentence? That is, from this, what you understood from here? It is a verbalized thought, is a verbalized knowledge, is a verbalized cognition. This is the cognition, and this cognition has been verbalized. Is this clear? I have expressed this knowledge here. And the minimum unit is a sentence. because I want to communicate. So, the fact this fact has gone here as a content and has been encoded here in the sentence. So, how to define a sentence? Is an encoded thought. Sentence is an encoded thought, encoded cognition, encoded knowledge. Now, this is language. Expression, language, form. And it has a form. It has a form. You say the duster is on the table. So, duster is on the table is a form. It has a form. It is a form. And through the form, he has to map the content that came here, the world here. And wherefore it has come here? Now, this has a structure. In the structured form, it has entered into the thought. So, it also has a structure here. And the same structure is to be captured by this form. So, it should also have a structure. So, structure is here. So, reality has a structure and the language must capture that structure. Directly it cannot capture. So, it has to go via thought. So, this structure has gone here and that structure has come here. Form. This is what I was telling, that language maps reality. This is how language maps reality. It captures reality. Now, so we have to discover, we are trying this in the course, we are discovering the structure of the form. Formal structure we are discovering. And Panini had already done this exercise. And he prepared his grammar on the basis of that. And therefore, I based this course on the basis of the model of Panini. Okay. Is this conceptually clear? Any doubt anywhere? So, why we are saying learning Sanskrit structure? So, the structure now, so any sentence you take, say Ramaha Gacchati, small sentence. Ram goes. This is this sentence. So here there is some person called Rama. He is going. I have seen that. So that came here. So this fact came where? In my thought. And this thought, you have not seen that he is going. I am telling you. You might be asking, where is Rama? So Rama is going. So I told you. What did I tell you? So the reality is here. The fact is here. The fact has been captured in my thought. And that thought has been expressed in this form. This is the form. It is not only in Sanskrit, any language that you do. Any language, this happens. We are learning Sanskrit, so, and in any language, there is mechanism to capture that structure. So any language follows a set of rules. To capture that structure. And those rules are rules of grammar of that language. So when you study grammar of a particular language, what are we studying actually? We are studying the rules by which the structure of reality has been captured by the expression. Now, this is the form now. Now, it has come up to this level of expression. I have verbalized this thought and then it has come. So, slowly it has, in me, it has come to this level through a process of encoding. I am the speaker. I have thought and I want to translate that thought into this form. So I have gone into the psychological journey in me, inside me. And so we talk of that what is the atomic form of this expression. Bit by bit yet. So what will be the atomic form here? Varna. You started from Varna. Phoneme. So you have R, A, M, A, Visarga, G, A, Ch, Ch, A, T, E. Is it at random? So, is it the case that any Varna can come anywhere? Or is there a specific arrangement? That specific arrangement has to be in terms of certain rules. Now, in Sanskrit there is Ka, there is Ba, there is Ta. Can I combine it together? Ka, A, Ba, A, Ta, A. What is that? At the most, I can refer to the Varna. Then it becomes again referring to something. So, right from the small units, atomic unit, this is atomic unit, Varna, that also has a rules of arrangement. And whenever there are rules of arrangement, means there are structures. And this is why we said that the first gate is the gate of Sandhi. This is also an arrangement. So we should know how they are arranged. And in the arrangement, there is a sequence. There is a sequence means then the left can influence on the right can influence on the left. These things were the subject matter of Sandhi. So, the structure of the atomic units, structure of the expression at the atomic level, we discussed. So, the arrangement rules, then boundary, because we want to capture that. So, then the question of meaning should come. So, ka, of course, then I can, ma I can bring, la I can bring. So, kamala, then a flower can be referred to. So, this arrangement, next arrangement is the arrangement here. Then I can say kamalam, kamalam pashya, sarovare kamalam pashya. See the lotus in the pond. So we go to the next level called pada level. And then the padas, so many padas. So Rama we came. Ramaha. And then similarly from somewhere we started. Action. So Gam. We started and came. So Gam also Ga, Ma. And then we built this. Gacchati. So Ramaha Gacchati, that was an expression. So at the Sandhi level, we covered this structure. Now we are coming from this side. From expression, we are going to the reality. The speaker goes from this side and comes to expression. And the sentence is now before you. And to understand the reality, from where you have to start? From the expression. So from expression, you are coming this side. I am providing you a very broad picture so that your fear of learning should go. And you can meaningfully understand that. So this is the expression. So Sandhi I dissolved, padas we got. Now what should be? This is the sentence. So sentence now available in this way. So pada 1, pada 2, and this is sentence. So in the sentence, one should be at least the verbal form. So this thing means tinganta. Ting stands for tinganta. In the sentence, one pada should be tinganta. And therefore, a vakya therefore will be ekating vakyam. I think I had also given you this. Suptinganta chayo vakyam. This definition also was given, I suppose. It is from Amarkosha. Suptinganta. So this, now you break it. Supa, ting, and then anta and chaya. Chaya is collection, bundle. So a collection, and this anta is to be added with both. We will learn this while we will be learning samasa. This is the area of samasa. So this is the common denominator. And within bracket you have sup plus ting. And anta is outside. Remove the bracket. Subanta and tinganta. You got it. It is just like, you have if you remove this, then what will you get? AB plus AC. So this anta is to be added to both. So what you got? Subanta and tinganta, a collection of. So a collection of subanta and tinganta is a sentence. Now look at here. Is it tinganta? Is it subanta? This is subanta. This is tinganta. It is a collection of subanta and tinganta. So it is a sentence. Okay? Comfortable? So, after dissolving sandhi, we should identify vakya. And what is vakya? A collection of subanta and tinganta. Immediately when you will be teaching this, the students will ask you, sir, you say subanta, tinganta, what do they mean? You added anta to both sup also and ting also. But what is sup, what is ting? You know that, I am just reminding you. So, how will you answer? What is sup? Sup, sup. So what is sup? This is not the answer. Answer should be so just okay. Up to me os sup. This part. So this you take and start from here. All of them should be known by a name. What is the name? So sup is the name given to the group of terminations, cases, case terminations, suffixes. So this is, so sup means case ending, karaka vibhakti. So an expression at the end of which there is karaka vibhakti is subanta. An expression at the end of which there is karaka vibhakti, that is any of these 21, will be called subanta. So tell me, we are going to learn this. This is the course for that. So this is subanta, because Rama is the person, name of the person, and through that the relationship is being captured. So this unit has some signification. This falls under this. This is vibhakti. This is vibhakti. So subanta, this is subanta. This is tinganta. What is ting? Same. Tip plus G. I had given you, I remember. Maheen. So start from end in, what you get? Name of this whole? Ting. So any personal suffix of a finite verbal form is ting. Any personal suffix of a finite verbal form is ting. Then what is tinganta? That expression which ends in ting. In this sentence, which expression ends in ting? Gacchati. Because this is ting. This is ting. That is why now we understand the definition of ekating vakyam. Now, say a sentence in which one tinganta should be there. Actually, that is the marker of the unity of a sentence. You call it one sentence. On what ground? Because of one verbal form. If there are two verbal forms, it should be two sentences. Ramaha khadati gacchati. They have to khadati gacchati cha. Ramaha vadati patati cha. What does it mean? Ramaha gacchati, Ramaha patati. Ramaha gacchati, Ramaha khadati. So, Ramaha khadati gacchati cha and goes. So, he eats and reads. What does it mean? He eats and he reads. Simple. So, one verbal form will give you one carnal sentence, unit of a sentence. Therefore, ekating vakyam. We'll be, now and then we'll be going, repeating many things, okay? Just for Buddhabodhaka Kriya that I'm doing now. So, all these things we did. Now, why it is so? Remember now this circle? So, there is a Kriya here. One Kriya, Gamana Kriya. Action of going. Can action of going take place without Rama? So, Rama is contributing to materializing the action of going. Ramaha vanam gacchati, say. Ramaha vanam gacchati. Now, can Gamana will be complete without Vana in this sentence? Here I have not said where is he going. But there I say Ramaha vanam gacchati. He goes to the forest. So can the going to the forest, is it going to be complete without forest? So here this Kriya, the contributing factor is forest also. I am writing on the blackboard with the chalk. Is the writing possible without chalk then, in this case? So without me also it is not possible. Without chalk also it is not possible. Without board also it is not possible. So this Kriya, to materialize this Kriya, there are many factors involved. As per the situation and as much the speaker wants to convey that. Mata kutra asti? Grihe asti. Kim karoti? Pachati. But is Pachati Kriya possible without the factors that she requires for cooking? Sthalyam odanam pachati. Mata sthalyam odanam pachati. So, sthali also, the pot also is necessary. But when I am saying Mata pachati, then you are not expected to know all this. You have to understand only that much where the form contains. What is the form? Mata pajati. That's all. So we will be informing only of that kriya. But the same person is a Mata grihe sthalyam odanam pachati. Then this much fact I have known. That she is in the kitchen and cooking, there is a pot, water, and then she is boiling rice in that. All this I am reporting to you. So is it not the case that that reality first goes to the thought and then whatever he wants to convey, that must be expressed. And whatever is expressed, that is the encoded thought. Now we are coming from here to this there. So from here, whatever is the form, from there we have to derive the meaning. Come to the reality. It is a fact that she is cooking rice. So there is a pot, there is a kiln, there is stove, so many things are there. But the speaker has not reported all this. How do you say he has not reported? On what ground? He has not spoken. He has not uttered such sentence. He has uttered only this much. Mata pachati. That's all. So we have to understand only that much. What was your question? Mata kim karoti? Mata pachati. So the point that I am making is that this kriya decides the extent of a sentence. This kriya will tell you what are the factors involved in that. And therefore these factors are known by the name karaka. These factors will be called karaka. So you have kartri karaka, karma karaka, karana karaka, sampradana karaka, apadana karaka, adhikarana karaka. Ramasya mata pachati. Now who is cooking? Rama is not cooking. So Rama is not a karaka. Mata is a karaka. She is involved in the action of cooking. But Rama simply, the sya genitive is simply showing the relationship between the doer and Rama. That's all. Therefore, Bhanini does not count genitive as a case. This is not a karaka. Rest is karaka. So, kartri karaka, karma karaka, karana karaka, sampradana, apadana, and adhikarana. So, this is the model. Yes. So now, these things so we will be concentrating, as I told you, on Subanta. Tinganta we will deal next step. And Subanta we will be concentrating this. So after Sandhi, what remains before you is Padas. Next attempt is to identify Tinganta. After identifying a Tinganta, the rest should be Subanta. So if there are more than one Tinganta in a verse, then there should be two sentences. So one Tinganta accounts for one sentence. This is one thing. Another thing, that many a time in conversation, we do not use Tinganta. But Katyayana insists that a sentence cannot be called a sentence unless the verb is given. If it is not uttered, add it, supply it. If you do not get anything, at least asti, bhavati, such verbs you should supply. Sah kaha, sah mama bhrata. Sah kaha, sah mama, sah kaha, asti, he will say. He will demand that he should say, sah kaha asti. Then it becomes a sentence. Sah mama bhrata, we say, it means sah mama bhrata asti or bhavati. So asti and bhavati tinganta. Therefore, ekating vakyam. So he doesn't want to make any exception. He says that the concept of sentence should be such, the unity of a sentence must be decided on the basis of the verbal form. And that verbal form should be the finite verbal form. If only finite verbal forms will receive ting. Ting will come, personal suffix will come only in the finite verbal form. Are you getting it? You will get more and more. But at least this much is clear to you. So, Sambandha, he says. Sambandhe Shashti. It's Sambandha. That's all. Karaka he doesn't say. Karaka. So, what kind of idea of a Karaka should be in our mind? Kriyanvayi Karakam. Kriya Anvayi Karakam. So the karta is related, karma is related, karman related, karana related, sampradana related, apadana related, and adhikarana related. Therefore, they all can be called karaka. Kriyanvayi karaka. Kriya nirvartakam karaka is also an expression. Kriya So, all these contribute to the materialization of action. Nirvartakam, vartakam, nirvartakam. Kriya nirvartakam karakam. Nirvartana means nishpadana. Nishpadana. That which contributes to. Therefore, I am translating karaka as a factor, which is responsible for bringing action into being. Causal factor. A causal factor that causes. Nishpadayati, nirvartayati. Karakam kriyam nirvartayati. And therefore, karaka is nirvartaka. Nishpadayati, therefore, nishpadaka. Kriya nishpadakam karakam. Kriya nirvartakam karakam. Some idea is clear? This is the idea. So, we will be now practicing to identify the sentence. Today we will spend for that. Let us do that. I had also given you, I remember a big sentence. Raja, Varanasya, Varanasyam, Ganga Tire, okay. Swahastabhyam, Koshat, Dhanam, Daridrevyaha, Darati, where all the karakas were there. So, with all these factors contributed to the action of dana, giving. You remove any of that, this will not happen. If the dana kriya has to take place in Varanasi, then Varanasi is necessary. If dana kriya he himself is doing, then his hands are necessary. If the dhana is being brought from the kosha, then kosha is necessary. Apadana. So, in this way, this is the meaning of nirvartaka. So, this is how each and every factor is contributing to the materialization of the action encoded in Tinganta.